What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backyard Barbecuing. Today, we're gonna be cooking us some beef tongue, and we're gonna do it in the pit barrel. So stay tuned, and if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe and like this video. Here we have a couple of beef tongues. So let's go ahead and open these things up. Just a quick tip, if you are able to, don't buy these things from your local grocery store, or look for yourself a Mexican store. The last time I cooked these things, or I cooked a beef tongue, it was about 30 bucks for one of them. But then when I went to a Mexican store, I seen them, and they were so much cheaper. I got these two for about $18. Let's get this out of the way. And there's really not too much to it. You can kind of clean it up a little. Kind of clean it up. Now, if we were to go through and try and remove this thick membrane, we'd score this thing up too much and it would not be a nice presentation. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in a foil pan, put a bunch of liquid in there and a bunch of our seasonings, and we're gonna cook these in the barrel. Last time we cooked this in an offset and it took an awfully long time. So we're gonna see if the barrel can do any better. Into a foil pan. Just lay them right in there. Then we take our beef broth and just start pouring it in till we cover it. You could use water, but in my opinion, that's how you make broth, is by boiling beef. I don't want to take any flavor away from these, so instead we're going to use beef broth. All right, and now that we're done with our beef broth, we're going to go ahead and start with our ingredients. We're going to add in a few chilies, maybe a few more, then a bunch of garlic powder. And you can kind of add whatever aromatics you'd like. And then about a handful of some peppercorns. Then a few bay leaves. And then we're going to go in with about a handful of salt. I don't expect to get a bunch of flavor from what we just added, but it'll help not to lose so much flavor from the meat. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing wrapped up and then onto the pit. And that's gonna be about it right there. We've got it all prepared, it's nicely seasoned. We're gonna go ahead and throw our lid onto the barrel and just kind of pay attention to our temps. We're hoping to cook around the 300-degree mark, so I'll leave the lid a little cracked, but other than that, we'll just wait and see. All right, so quick update for our beef tongue. Now we're probing at about 202 degrees. These could come off now, but I want these things completely tender. Let's look at this one here. This one here, same thing, 202, 203 degrees. But like I said, they don't feel completely tender yet. So I'm gonna allow them to just keep going for another hour or so, maybe a little less. But when we're ready, I'll check back in with you guys. All right, so it's time to go ahead and take these tongues out. Peel this off. I'm gonna take them out. They're a lot cooler now that I waited. So if you have some cotton gloves to put underneath your latex, I would highly advise you do that. And we're gonna set this liquid off somewhere. So you can see we got a lot of really nice color on them. And now it's time to take off these membranes. So I have found this was the easiest way to take them off, is cook them and then start peeling. Maybe cut it right down the center, and you're just trying to score it to get this membrane peeled off. So there you have it, a nicely peeled tongue. Now let me get this other one done. All right, this second one came off a whole lot easier for whatever reason. So when they were boiling in their little broth bath there, they didn't really have a lot of a good enough chance to get seasoned. So now this is going to be your best time to season them. So what I would do is I would hit it with a little bit of salty, maybe savory flavor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with some of Rob's Mate. This is a garlicky, kind of salty taste to it. We're just gonna sprinkle this all over, just all sides of it. Get some nice color on there because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna grill these off. We're gonna take a little bit of pepper. We'll hit this one. We're basically just going to put these on the grill to kind of sear them off. All right, it's time to throw these tongues right onto the grill. And we're just gonna sear all sides of them to get some nice color on them. All right, so I've taken both of these tongues off the grill, and it's time to start chopping one up and giving it a shot. I'm gonna set this one aside, and we're gonna chop off that one. Nice and tender. Let's go ahead and eat it by itself. Make a little tongue steak. Nice and tender. I like that Rob's Mate on it. So let's chop this into little pieces here, because I want to show you guys what I got for you. I'm gonna throw this in a taco with a homemade tortilla. Compliments of the wife. And we're gonna add some of this salsa that she made to go with it. Now, it might be a little bit spicy, but we're gonna give it a shot. But go ahead and look at that. Look at how nice it looks. A little bit of freshness from the salsa. We're gonna give it a shot. I love the freshness of the salsa. Got a little kick to it. Those fresh corn tortillas, just perfect. Absolutely delicious. Holy crap, I wish I brought another tortilla. A lot faster in the barrel. It took about half the time that it did in the offset. Highly recommend giving it a try. I know organ meat, tongue meat is kind of a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but you can't knock it until you try it. All right, you guys, peace.